Assalamu alaikum student, welcome to my YouTube channel Ramzan Biology. Student, today our topic is about the next chapter of 10 biology, the ability of a body, which we also call the homeostasis. Actually, in our environment, like in our universe, in our world, every organism is adapted according to their environment. I mean that every organism and live in every environment have some adaptation. Every organism has some qualities in which environment the organism live. So for that environment, the organism has some qualities to live in it. I mean that like in our homes, humans are living. In forest, tigers, deers, and other dogs are living. If we look to the sea, so in sea, dolphin, fishes, tortoise, and other sea hydroplasts live. So these are the adaptation and qualities of all animals, of all organisms. It can be plants, like if we see toward the desert side, so in desert there are different type of plants. If we see to the polar side, so in polar side there is the snow, so in the snow there are other types of plant. If we see toward our homes besides, so there are the other types of plants. And this way, these all organisms have some adaptation, have some qualities due to which they live in their specific environments. So today, we will focus our study about these qualities, these adaptation, and this process, that why this organism live in that environment. So let's come. Actually, we are going to talk about the homeostasis. Homeostasis is the ability or a process or the ability of a body to do something, to do some action in response to internal changes and also external changes in order to maintain its internal environment constant. It means that if some changes occur in the environment of a body, it may be it's internally, it may be it's externally. So the organism have to do something in response, in reverse, to oppose that these changes and normalize its function, in which it live, so normalize this function. Like I mean, in our daily observation, if there is the summertime, so actually we know that in summertime there is hotness. There is hotness. So this is an external changes in our environment, external change, because there is hardness in our ear. So this is external changes. So during the summertime, we don't experience to wear the clothes which we wear in the winter time. In summertime, we wear the thin cloths. So due to this, we opposes the hotness and maintain our constant temperature, because in the summertime the temperature goes up. So our body don't allow our internal environment to be like the outer environment. Not. It allow our internal environment to be constant, to remain constant. If we don't do like this, so our internal environment will be like the external environment. And if these causes, if this process causes that our internal environment also goes off, or its temperature also rise up, so what will be occur? We will become ill. And due to illness, our internal environment temperature will also rise up. And if it rising up continuously, so a time will come we will die. And the same way in the end winter time it's also occur. So this was the introduction to homeostasis. So student, you know that homeostasis is the ability of a body to do something in response to outer changes. Homeostasis can be divided into these three types, but firstly we will talk about these. Homeostasis can be due to three things. One is the amount of water, we also say in sciencey language solvent. I have to say is a solvent, okay? Solvent. Next is a solute, and third is a temperature. So if the amount of solvent increase in our body or decrease in our body, if the amount of solute increase in our body or decrease, if the temperature rise up or rise down or goes down or become less. So due to these three changes, each have two steps. One is rise up, second is rise down, and this way the three have two steps: rise up, rise down. So when this process occur, like this is the normal condition, if it goes up or rise or goes down, if it like this and this, this and this, so our body don't allow our internal environment to be like this. It always opposes this direction of rising up or rising down. It normalizes to our body to go on this straight road. So our body don't allow our environment, internal environment, to be rise up or rise down. So it goes on the same plate. Okay. The homeostasis can be divided into three steps or three parts or three palms. One is the excretion, osmoregulation, and thermoregulation. Student, excretion, as you know that excretion is a process by which our body remove the toxic material, which are nitrogenous bases, urea, uric acid, amino group, and all the toxic material which are present in our cells. Those material which are expired in our body and we cannot use these back. So these toxic material are then excreted out from our body through a system which we call excretory system. In the process we call it excretion. So excretion is a process by which our body remove all the toxic material to outside. Okay. So this can be like this. This is used both in water and also solutes. But before this excretion is supported by another process which we call osmoregulation. This is a process by which a body responds to maintain the constant amount of solvent and solutes in our body. Okay. So then this process support the next step, excretion. So I will give example. If the amount of water in our body decrease during summertime, we need to drink more and more water. Why it happen? The reason of this is that the amount of water are decreased in our body, and it is due to rising of temperature. So when the temperature rise up, so our internal environment oppose this direction and order the kidney to remove or produce more and more urine, and then our hypothalamus Hypothalamus as the part of the brain, the power brain, which control our thirst and our other hormonal activities. So the hypothalamus, you can see my previous video of brain system. So hypothalamus always check up the amount of water in our blood vessels which are passing nearby the hypothalamus. So when the amount of water are decreased in our body, so it order the kidney to produce more urine and big more water from the body. So we feel thirst. In this way we feel thirst, so we need more water. And the temperature which has risen up, so when the urine, when the kidney produce more urine, so the toxic material which are present in our body is also secreted through the urine, because these are present in our blood, and our blood is made of what? Water, solvent. About 90% is solvent, water in our blood. So they carry the solute or what? The toxic material through the blood vessels to the kidney, and then the kidney produce more urine from them and excrete them outside. So the osmoregulation process occur because the amount of solutes are also decreased, and the water also decreased because they are toxic, their part, and now they are excreted outside of the body. So what will occur? There will be another direction which we call rising down. Before we said about the rising up, now we say about the rising down. So when the water and solute are excreted out through the kidney through the process of urination, so this time our body produce a stimuli by the nervous system, or the it can be occur through the chemical coordination to drink more water, because there is need of water, and also the solute. But the solute amount can be controlled by this process. Like there is the process of urination, and our kidney, the basic structure and function unit of the kidney is the nephron. You can see my previous video of kidney structure and function. So this is the this is the glomerulus filtrate, and this is the loop of Hind. This whole structure is the nephron. So when blood vessel come there, so they are filtered and the glomerulus filtrate into Bowman capsule. Bowman capsule is the outer part, and the glomerulus filtrate is the other part which does the duty of the filtration. So when they are filtered, they pass to the next tubules, which we call proximal convoluted tubule, and then loop of Hind, and then distal convoluted tubule, and then collecting duct. This is collecting duct. So when the amount of solute are decreased in our body, so during this time our body produce a stimuli, because the amount of solute are decreased in our body. So during this time a hormone which we call antidiuretic hormone, you can see my previous video of adrenal gland secretion. Antidiuretic hormone of the adrenal gland, which is a gland present on the top of each kidney, it is secreted by the action of anterior pituitary. You can see my video of anterior pituitary or the pituitary gland whole secretion. So when the anterior pituitary secrete its hormone and the adrenal gland, so adrenal gland secrete the antidiuretic hormone. So on the erection of the antidiuretic hormone, the proximal convoluted tubule and the descending lobe of Hind, this is descending lobe of Hind and is ascending lobe of Hind, does its duty of pre-absorption of the solute. The solute can be the amount of Na, sodium. Sodium can be, and it is controlled by the glycocorticoid hormone or secreted by the adrenal gland, and the antidiuretic hormone is of the pituitary gland. So they reabsorb the amount of solute which are flowing through the tubules back to the blood vessel. So on this way the amount of solute are normalized in our blood. So the process of osmoregulation occur. Next is the process of thermoregulation. Student, as we know that our body has a specific temperature which we call as a optimum temperature of our body, which is about, not completely, 37 centigrade. 37 centigrade is the optimum temperature of our body. Okay, 37 centigrade, optimum temperature of our body. Optimum temperature is the temperature of a body during which, or in the presence of which, a body can perform its metabolic activities. So the optimum temperature of human body is 37 centigrade. And our internal environment, there are some catalyzer which we call as enzyme. So mostly directions, like we are digesting our food, we are breathing air in and outside, or we are growing off, okay, or we are excreting toxic material. So these all reactions are controlled by some specific catalyzer which we call enzyme. So the enzyme also have a optimum temperature. So when the optimum temperature of the enzyme is changed, or it is risen up or risen down, so the enzyme stop working. During this process the enzyme stop working. So if the enzyme stop working, so our metabolic activities will be stopped. And if our metabolic activities are stopped, so our whole cells, will stop their performance, their function. If our cells stop working, so our whole body will stop working, and then we will die. Okay, so during this process, if the optimum temperature of our body changes, we call this condition as pure. In the pure time, our in the Fahrenheit scale, our optimum temperature is 98.6, and in centigrade it is 37. So when this temperature changes during the pure time, our temperature can change to 103, 103, 104, and it goes up. So we will die. Why we die? Because our enzymes stop working and our cells stop working, and then we will die. So if this temperature changes, so during the changing, our body responds to this reaction by a process which we call as a thermoregulation. So thermoregulation is the process by which a body or an organism try to maintain its internal temperature within a tolerable range. What's mean by tolerable range? It's mean that the range by which our body perform its function. So when this temperature is constant, so it is changed, so our body perform an erection which we call as a thermoregulation process. This is the process by which a body try to maintain its internal temperature constant within a tolerable range. So student, this was the homeostasis, which is a process by which a body responds to the changes occurring in order to maintain our harmony with the external environment. And these are the steps: excretion by which our body excretes the toxic material outside from the body, and osmoregulation by which our body maintain the constant amount of solute and solvent in our body. And this was the thermoregulation by which a body remain or maintain constant temperature inside its body within a tolerable range. So student, I hope that you have learned more about my lecture. So please subscribe and share my video for the next lecture of this topic. And moreover, if you have any doubt, so please mention in the comment.